the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by the MGM Grand, along with the very first French promoter to bring his show to America. And congratulations is due to tonight's host and promoter, ISKA Kickboxing. This bout is sanctioned by the ISKA, President Corey Schaefer, and the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Ghanem. Commissioners Amy Ayoub, Glenn Carano, Lorenzo Fertitta, Dr. Luther Mack, the executive director, Mark Ratner. Our judges scoring this bout from ringside, Corey Schaefer, Dave Moretti, and Dalby Shirley. And our referee in charge of this bout is Chuck Simonini. All right, fans, here we go with our featured bout of the evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and sports fans joining us around the world, live from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, it's time for the main event of the evening. 10 two-minute rounds of action for the ISKA North American Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black pants with red trim, fighting out of it, representing his home of Las Vegas, Nevada. He weighed in at 195 pounds with a record of 17 wins, 3 losses. He has 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome a Cruiserweight Kickboxing champion, Dewey, the Black Cooper. The Black Cobra Cooper. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white pants with red and blue trim, fighting out of Los Angeles, California. He weighed in at 195 pounds with a record of 70 wins, 5 losses, and 2 draws. He has 47 wins coming by way of knockout. Really needing no introduction the world over, from the Black Belt Hall of Fame to his starring role in 24 action films. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the 5-time kickboxing world champion, introducing the one and only Don the Dragon Wilson. Once again, a referee in charge, Chuck Simonini, now to give instructions, reminding you this is scheduled for 10 two-minute rounds of action.
All right, gentlemen, you already know the rules. Do you have any questions about them?
No, sir.
Okay, I expect you to obey my commands at all times. When I say break, break, protect yourself at all times. Okay? Touch gloves, good luck, God bless, huh?
Good luck.
It is round 2 and Don Wilson's comeback to the kickboxing ring. He took down a man by the name of Dickie Kimber in Boston in his first comeback fight last year, and now here in Las Vegas, Nevada, Don Wilson back in the ring taking on Dewey, the Black Cobra Cooper.
Don Wilson starting out with his classic right leg forward stance. Favors righty kicks from that stance. Hook kick, side kick, roundhouse kick, and do them all from the same knee position. He's told us he feels like he's still got the flexibility, still got the speed.
45 years old is Don Wilson in the white pants. He has to be careful of the unorthodox style at times of Dewey Cooper. 10 two-minute rounds, full contact.
Full contact rules, all kicks will be above the waist. There's no elbows, no knees.
Don taking some punches and some kicks. Cooper says, bring it on, man, bring it on. No movie stars here.
Wilson holding his arms disconcertingly low. Cooper is smart. If he can get past that right leg, he'll just come in blazing.
How many fighters have said, if I can get by that right leg?
Well, that's the trick, and Don Wilson's career that spanned 3 decades, not many have been able to.
From that position, Don the Dragon Wilson taking in a lot of information on Cooper, who seems like he wants to open things up early on.
Well, Wilson's feeling him out with the right leg, trying to see how Cooper's going to try to counter that right leg during this bout. See if he tries to sweep it aside, use lateral movement, or just go ahead and try to beat it into speed.
Final seconds of the opening round of this 10-rounder here in Las Vegas. No punches are going to do any damage, and we are through the first. Welcome to Las Vegas, everybody. Lon McCarron along with Mike Sawyer. Mike, I know Don has meant so much to you and has been such a close friend to you over so many years. Your reaction to what he's going through now?
Well, Don grew up, we grew up in the same area of Florida, and I followed his career ever since I was early into the martial arts. At 45 years old, he still looks fit. We wish him the best out there. I think what he's going to have to do is be able to punch along with Cooper. So far, it's a kicking contest. Cooper can't match him in that department, but we'll see what happens when the punches start flying.
All right, ready to begin round number 2 here. At what round do you expect Don to open up?
I think he's going to have to open up about the 3rd round. He's not going to be able to keep just relying on his leg. His leg is going to get a little bit slower as the fight goes on. What it's going to be interesting to see is what Cooper does. He looked very frustrated at the end of the 1st round, slamming his gloves together as he walked back to his corner. Frustrated that he couldn't get in and punch with Wilson. He feels like he's faster with his punches and he can hit harder. He just can't get past that right leg right now.
Well, it's a well-known fact that in boxing circles, in a situation such as this, the first couple of fights back are going to be almost throwaway fights for your returning champion. Maybe they said that about the first opponent of Don Wilson, but Cooper's got some skill out there.
Well, Wilson, to his credit, didn't want any throwaway opponents. And Dickie Kimber, although he wasn't a top contender, he was ranked in the ISK World Ratings, and Cooper is a better opponent, it appears, at least so far, than Kimber was. Wilson doesn't want any pushovers. If he wins this bout, he's going to be looking for somebody in the top 10.
That ever-present right leg is the big barrier for Cooper. Good quickness shown by Don.
I have to say, at 45 years old, that leg is snapping up there with some good speed. This is where people have underestimated Don Wilson all during his career because he relies so much on the right leg. They don't think he can punch inside. But many of his fights have ended by knockout with punches.
The end of round number 2 here in Las Vegas.
Keep that same rhythm, man. He's getting tired. Keep your mouth. Where's your mouthpiece? Okay.
Into the corner with Don Wilson and his trainer.
Here. Don. Relax, relax, man. Don, come on.
Don, don't panic. Don't panic.
Yeah. Give me your face. Give me your face. Relax, Don. This guy's tiring out. Don, look at me. Don, this guy's tired out. Okay?
Deep breaths, baby. You're starting to feel it. Open up your lungs.
Yeah.
Come on. I can see it.
Relax, relax. Come on.
See Don Wilson's corner
All this
telling him
work and
to
everything
relax.
else, come on.
He's in good shape, but a fighter can wear himself out just through tension.
All right, let's go.
Don Wilson's been in the ring for a total of about 5 rounds over the last 3 years. Got to shake off a little ring rust.
Ready to go for round 3 here in Las Vegas. Don Wilson in the white pants taking on Dewey Cooper. Cooper from right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. He has to go a long way, Cooper does, to get to the chin of Don Wilson when he throws that right hand, does Cooper. Cooper's been the one who has been forwarding the action so far for the first couple of rounds. Maybe if he hangs back and sees where Don's going. Posturing for Dewey
Cooper.
I don't think you want to do that to a man with as many titles as Don Wilson has. Don Wilson switches. He likes to go back and forth between the left-handed and right-handed style. But Cooper is just as unorthodox.
And Don Wilson took a left roundhouse kick on that one. That one was on the glove, but the one before caught him. Cooper looking a little more confident now.
Don has switched positions now with the left leg forward.
Oh,
He caught
Cooper
it,
took a right hand that staggered him. He's trying to shake it off now.
Don Wilson being very methodic, using all of his skills that he has learned through many years in the ring. And that cannot be discounted just because of his age of 45 years old. Now he's backed up against the ropes and Cooper throwing the leather. End of round number 3 in Las Vegas. Well, now Don switched up on the legs, and that seemed to open Cooper up to more of an attack, Mike.
It did, and that's what he's going to have to do. He can't just lay back and wait for Don Wilson's leg to get tired. He's going to have to get in there and make some things happen. Or else Wilson will just keep him at bay and win a decision. He's got to get in there and make Wilson expense energy.
You're trying to bomb too much, okay? Put your punches in.
Why can't I relax?
Relax. Just go out there and do it.
Pay attention to you. You're a strong young man.
Wipe that. We're going to wipe that one down. One's good.
Follow up with the punches. Take a step back. Get everything right. Just relax, baby. It's your night. You're strong.
What round we're in? 4.
Coming up, 4th round. You're strong, baby. You're strong. You're in
This is the round we got to make them work, okay?
You're in fantastic shape. Listen to me. Keep strong. I want you to stay
Okay, let's go.
Come on, get out, let's go.
Ready to go, round 4 from Las Vegas. Dewey Cooper in the black trunks taking on the legend, Don the Dragon Wilson. Each fighter puffing some big wind in between those rounds. Don Wilson not looking like the overly confident fighter when he goes back between rounds now.
No,
Now
he
he's in
doesn't.
trouble. Now he's in trouble.
Landed a nice hook kick, but he paid for it. He should not underestimate Cooper. Cooper looks very determined.
The Dragon is back to the right foot forward style now.
Cooper's got 17 wins with 10 knockouts to his credit. He can hit hard. Wilson's going to have to be careful inside with him.
Don just turned his back on the opponent. Might be able to get away with that once. Each fighter landing.
Good body punch by Don. Now trade of head punches.
Don Wilson trying to set up Cooper now with the punches to the head. And it is Cooper who lands the big roundhouse to the jaw.
That was a good roundhouse by Cooper. It's to Wilson's credit for his toughness that he didn't stagger from that blow. That was a hard kick. Being worn now for kicking low. Wilson just a little too slow getting his punches off.
Low blow, maybe. I think Don feeling the effects of it right there at the end of the 4th round. There was no call made, but I saw Don kind of cringe in that very unique way that a fighter does.
Got you. Here, take some water. You let your hands go, Don. Come on. Are you a badass, Don? Don, you let those hands go. This guy's tired.
Go to the towel and make it feel good. Just as tight as you on the face.
Don, what are we going to do? Huh? Kick some ass? Don, come on.
Come on, baby. Come on.
How you feeling? Don, how you feeling? Tell me. Everything all right? Let's go out and do
Don
it. then.
Wilson
Come on.
in the corner. What can a manager tell him that he does not know action from the last round?
This is the roundhouse kick that slipped in over Wilson's right glove, caught him right on the ear. Had it been a little more on the jaw, it may have taken him down. It was kind of back on the back part of the neck, but a beautiful kick by Dewey Cooper.
Hey, time back in.
Fighters are ready. Round number 5 now from Las Vegas. Lon McCarron along with Mike Sawyer calling the action for you. Don the Dragon Wilson. Yeah, the same one. 75-2 with 47 knockouts. Back in the ring at 45 years of age, taking on the 25-year-old Dewey, the Black Cobra Cooper. Cooper again claiming he was not hurt by the last series of kicks.
Cooper gave a good account of himself in that last round. Probably won the round. Wilson, I would imagine, is ahead on points, but it's a long way to go in this fight.
Very famous look in the eyes of Don Wilson.
Completely focused on the opponent.
Good right hand from Don, landing on the jaw of Cooper. Wilson now switch side, his left leg forward. This has been where Cooper has been able to score in this position. Drag in, goes up here. The MGM Gardner in.
Roundhouse kick by Wilson. A lot of speed up top, but Cooper got his gloves in the way.
Closing seconds of the round, and we are halfway through this fight from Las Vegas. Any surprises so far,
now
Mike?
he's in deep water, okay? Now you're in control.
I'm surprised that Don Wilson
Don't worry about this.
is having as much trouble breathing in the corner as he is. He should be over the
Hands up.
jitters of the first few rounds.
Breathe in deep.
I know about the kicking here. He's not doing what I'm telling
Wilson
him.
may have underestimated the stamina it would take for this bout.
He's just jumping back.
No, you're waiting too long. You got to
Short
go
feet,
first.
and then use your leg.
Cooper looks like
Short
he's
feet,
hurting
and
a bit there in the corner as well.
Front kick with your left hook and your right hook.
Fighting Don Wilson's always going to take a lot out of you, but
Let me get a sip.
Cooper is 25 and Wilson is 45.
This is when you're getting started. You're making a fight now.
Close to stamina, that can make the difference right there.
Ready for round number 6 here in Las Vegas. Don Wilson up and jumping, and Dewey Cooper now joins the battle in the center of the ring here in MGM.
Now, Wilson told us he had trained hard, and if that's true, his second wind will be kicking in sometime here in the middle rounds, and he'll finish out the fight strong. I don't imagine that Cooper is going to quit anywhere along here. This is a tremendous opportunity for him. Oh, he just ate a sidekick big time. To fight a legend like Don Wilson comes along once in many fighters' careers. Cooper's got to make the best of it while it's here.
Cooper shying away from the attack as well. I'm not sure he's got all of his strength to really mount a big attack now. Don's got the kick.
Good roundhouse kick up top.
Glance off the shoulder. Don Wilson.
Wilson doesn't appear to be concerned at all with Cooper's kicks.
Oh, good right.
Oh, that one hurt Cooper.
Wilson, he knows when an opponent is in trouble.
Best punch of the fight for Don Wilson. Caught him coming in. Cooper's left hand was low. He's staggered him. It's going to take him the rest of the round to recover from that punch.
45 seconds left in this round, number 6.
Wilson wants to do some damage. He needs to go now.
Got him again.
He landed the right again. This time it glanced off of Cooper's chin.
Cooper with a flurry. Very few of those punches connecting. Don Wilson got the best of Cooper, though, in that 6th round.
Wilson looks better walking back to his corner. Looks like he's gained some confidence back. Looks like he's breathing a little better.
How do you feel, huh? Don, how do you feel? Want some water? All right, Don, you're gonna get down and get your hands going, okay? It's a very close fight, Don. Don, it's a very close fight. It's up to you. What do you want to do, okay? All right? Let those hands go. You got much better hands than he does, okay? Fuck this.
Interesting talk there in Wilson's corner now here at the end of the round.
Well, in the corner, they're telling Wilson that he's got to get his hands going better. I would agree, although in this instance, it may have just been best for him to do what he did. Kind of weather out the storm with Cooper, as you see on the replay. Not try to get into a punching contest. He had already taken the round on points.
Round 7 from Las Vegas. Don Wilson in the white pants. Dewey Cooper in the black pants. You have Wilson ahead so far, Mike?
I'd have him ahead by probably 2 points at this stage of the bout.
I think he'd be more comfortable with a bigger cushion.
He's going to need a bigger cushion. This fight's a long ways from over. Dewey Cooper has been waiting and waiting. He's going to have nothing to lose by going for broke pretty soon.
We saw a flash of that near the end of the 6th round.
Cooper saying, "You can't hurt me." That didn't hurt. Wilson saying, "Well, wait till the next one."
Been successful with that tactic, backing off the kick and throwing the hook. He missed that time on Cooper. Cooper has left himself open to that more often than not. Good straight kick from Don Wilson.
Kind of a shallow angle hook kick, curved in there, landed on the face. Not a whole lot of damage. Wilson carrying those hands low again.
And the difference in styles is interesting, Mike. You've got the old school Don Wilson who is kicking more than he's punching. And then what we're seeing more and more in kickboxing is the gloves coming into play. And that's what we're seeing with Dewey Cooper.
Well, it's a type of kicks also. Don Wilson began his career in the mid-70s in kickboxing. At that time, almost all fighters were tournament karate fighters that were transplanted. Cooper's from the new school that start right out in kickboxing gyms.
That ends the 7th round. And Dewey Cooper not gaining much on Don Wilson.
I'll straighten that out. You gotta let your hands go down, okay? Huh? Don.
I'll put the water in.
You understand me?
Into the corner again with Don Wilson. A very interesting exchange between Wilson and his trainer.
You hear me? You'll take this guy out. Trust me, okay? Let him go. Start hitting the body up and down. Don, you hear me?
You gotta let them hands go, baby.
Yeah.
Don Wilson has been able to get to Dewey Cooper from time to time, and he did in the 7th.
Well, this kick was Wilson's best kick of the fight. He's landed a few kicks to the midsection, a couple of snappy roundhouses up high, but this is almost a side kick to the face, kind of a hook kick that he turned into a side kick because Cooper was circling. Landed real well on the jaw. The only thing that saved Cooper is he was moving away from the kick at the time.
The beginning of round number 8. We are scheduled for 10 here in Las Vegas. Don the Dragon Wilson taking on Dewey the Black Cobra Cooper. And when Cooper decides just to let it all hang out and attack, he's had some success, but he's done it on very few occasions. Don Wilson, on the other hand, has been very, very confident in that right leg, as he has been throughout his long and storied career.
to give credit to Dewey Cooper. He's making a good account of himself in this fight. He's a long ways from being counted out of this fight. He's one punch away. He lands a good one from taking this fight from a legend. One punch or one kick away.
Cooper really seems to be having a bit of trouble throwing the kicks. They seem to be requiring a little extra effort. Whether that's fatigue or he hurts somewhere, I don't know.
I think he's trying to pace himself a little bit. He's expended a lot of energy in the first 7 rounds of this bout. He's having trouble getting those legs up. They start to feel like lead about the 6th round.
Now it's Wilson scoring with the hands.
30 seconds left in this round. Wilson looks like he wants to get in and start leveling some artillery in there.
Do we have any left? Good punch.
Cooper breathing heavily now. Fatigue starting to set in.
The training of Don Wilson really coming into play here at the end of the 8th round as he looks like the fresher of the 2 fighters.
You come back here and you look like a fighter, all right? Quit coming back here and looking like a chump. Get out there and fight. You got 2 rounds left, and I want to see some defense, and let's go. Hey, quit coming back here and making the judges think you're losing. Let's go.
Work your punches. We're working on the last 30 seconds. I need some blast and I need some fire out of you. Okay, baby? Some punches.
You know, I got 2 rounds left, baby. That's it. 2 rounds.
Yeah, that's easier said than done, and you know that, Mike Sawyer.
Strong, baby, strong.
You're moving back a little too much. I want you going forward, okay?
Well, Cooper,
2 rounds is yours.
they're right though. Cooper needs to get out there and go for
4
broke.
minutes. That's all I need. Give me that 4 minutes.
He's not going to win this fight on decision the way he's going right now. Any decision is going to require several knockdowns in these last 2 rounds.
Okay. Let's go. 2 rounds. Give me the round. 1 round.
Don Wilson looks fresher, Lon, than he did in rounds 2 and 3. Looks like he does have his 2nd win. Looks like he's becoming used to the ring again.
Round number 9, and you know, I think the time between rounds is starting to feel shorter and shorter for each of those fighters, but particularly for the younger Dewey Cooper. How much is the experience of Don Wilson going to play into the last couple of rounds, Mike, and pacing himself and knowing exactly how to win a fight?
Well, it's already playing. In the last 2 rounds, he's paced himself where Cooper has not. Now, Cooper, who has to give it everything he's got for the last 2 rounds, may not have a whole lot left to give. Wilson relied on his right leg early on. That leg might be a little tired now, so he switched. Using his left leg, setting up his hands.
Cooper looks to be straining to throw any kind of technique. Wilson seems a little more confident in his punches in the last couple of rounds.
Where Wilson seems to be particularly rusty is the hand-foot timing. He's having trouble setting up his hands with his feet and vice versa. That's something that only comes with regular ring practice, not just in the gym, but being in the ring competitively.
Is he training for future fights right now, you think? He's not looking past Cooper, is he?
I don't think he is. He didn't sound that way in the pre-fight interviews, and knowing Don, he's too experienced to do that.
Well, a pretty inactive round for Dewey Cooper there in the 9th. Don Wilson, on the other hand, very, very active. And each fighter now just has to be telling themselves
that drill we
2
had.
more minutes, 2 more minutes.
For a whole minute. I mean, for 2 minutes. You have to let it go, okay? Don.
You're losing your...
Don, last round. Come on, touch gloves, okay?
It's a close fight, Don. You got to go out there and take it to him, okay? Don. Don, settle down, man. Come on.
If you want it, you'll take this round and take it big. It's an even fight. You have to win this round big. You have to win about it. It's an even
You hear
fight.
me, Don?
Dewey, this is what we train for. This is it.
Deep breath, deep breath.
You're a strong man. This is it. You can't tell he's pumped over here. He's going to take this round from him. Yeah, this is all round, our fight. Dewey time, Dewey time, Dewey time.
Pep talks from the cornermen on each side of the ring.
Well, Cooper looks like he's coming out loaded for bear. Wilson looked like he was almost meditating in the corner in between rounds, gathering himself for the battle at hand. I'm not sure I agree with this cornerman. I don't think the fight's all that close.
The 10th and final round here in Las Vegas, and you know Cooper really hasn't had that much support from the Las Vegas crowd.
Well, it's hard sometimes to tell if they're chanting Dragon or Dewey, but there's no question that Don Wilson is a favorite anywhere he goes. He's got over 20 movies to his credit. Those have been seen all over the world, and he's known as a screen martial artist as well as a ring fighter.
Don switches sides now. He's been working on the punching aspect of his fight game the last 3 rounds. It looks like he's ready to continue that. One minute to go.
Cooper off target with his techniques now.
Cooper lands.
Cooper with a left, Wilson with a left. Weak kicks by Cooper. Uppercut by Wilson. A good left hand. Neither fighter ready to give up.
Cooper should be feeling a bit of desperation now with just 30 seconds left in this fight, but I'm not sure he's got the wind to pull it off.
No question about the desire of these two fighters. This has been a hard-fought fight. Closing seconds of the 10th round.
Don Wilson with a roundhouse and then an uppercut to follow things off. Cooper with his best punch of the fight there, maybe at the finish. And that does it. Don the Dragon Wilson and Dewey the Black Cobra Cooper finish off 10 entertaining rounds here at the MGM.
Both fighters finish it off toe-to-toe. Neither one backing off.
Give that last round. Give that last round.
Well, the first thing I think maybe each one of them felt was, darn, I'm glad it's over.
Each one, of course, feels like he may have taken the decision. Don Wilson's arm being held up by former welterweight world champion Richard Hill. Dewey Cooper coming into this fight, nothing to lose. Any kind of good showing against someone of Don Wilson's reputation and caliber couldn't help but boost him in the rankings.
You know, and Don did seem to get better as the fight went on. He was having trouble breathing between rounds early on, and as you mentioned, he seemed to get his second win and hang on to that.
I know, Don.
Got his second win and he got his timing back. The question with a fighter like Don, even someone who seems to have made time stand still to some degree, you can tell by looking at him, by the way he fights.
Anything clean.
With someone like him, can he keep the time in between bouts? That's the toughest thing.
Here's some action from the 10th and final round.
Cooper landed a nice left hand, but you see he's even off balance as he lands it. He didn't get full rotation into it. Feet weren't properly set. He only had about half the power he was hoping to have.
It might have been Cooper's best round of the last 6 or 7. Fighters going toe-to-toe, like you mentioned, exchanging leather right there at the very end.
Never given any quarter, never asking for any.
Well, it looks like we are ready for this decision after 10 rounds of full contact battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a majority decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Corey Schaefer scores about 97, 97, even a draw. Overruled by judges Dave Moretti, who scores at 97 to 96, and Dalby Shirley, who scores about 99.5 to 96, in favor of the winner of the ISKA North American Cruiserweight Championship, Don the Dragon Wilson.
Well, one more title to add to Don Wilson's repertoire.